Dear colleagues, good afternoon. I would like to welcome you all to the second day of the training on Horizon Dashboard platform, organized in the framework of Bridge to Horizon Europe project. Today, we will go through yesterday's main points on Horizon Dashboard from the presentation of Ms. Vlad from the European Commission. And afterwards, we will have two dedicated sessions on how the Horizon Dashboard can help the work of national contact points. In the end of the session, we have prepared a short quiz in order to see what everyone has gained from today's and yesterday's training. So welcome. I will start right away with my presentation from for the main issues discussed from yesterday. I hope you can see my screen. So starting, Horizon Dashboard is the one-stop shop for the European programs on research and innovation. Can you see my screen? Just a second. Just a second. It seems to be a problem with my screen. Now, okay, great. So as we said yesterday, the Horizon Dashboard is a one-stop shop for the data from European research and innovation programs. It covers at this point FP7 and Horizon 2020 and covers data on proposals, projects, participations, organizations that are participating, success rates, country profiles, and collaboration links between different countries. We also can find in different data sheets the project results. Specifically, we have information on intellectual property rights, on different types of intellectual property rights as they have been reported throughout projects, and also scientific publications as they've been reported throughout projects in Horizon 2020 and FP7. Also, there are some specific data that are being reported in Horizon Dashboard, such as the EIC pilot data, data on international cooperation, data on Seal of Excellence holders, and some cross-cutting indicators. Finally, it is important to know that every month the data is being refreshed on the Horizon Dashboard platform. How to access the Horizon Dashboard? As also we said yesterday, we can access Horizon Dashboard from a very quick Google search, but also if we want to direct our clients, and the proper route through is through the Funding and Tender Opportunities portal. So when we click on projects and results and we filter for programming period 2014-2020, and we filter the program Horizon 2020, we will find Horizon Dashboard, and by clicking on the blue button, we can go into the Horizon Dashboard main screen. And this is what we see. We see the implementation figures where we have information about proposals and projects, both on FP7 and H2020. We have organization and country profiles. We have project results and the specific aspects, as we said, on the European Innovation Council, on Seal of Excellence, and on international cooperation. Very quickly going through the different data sheets. The main data sheet is the funding projects, Horizon 2020 funded projects, but also FP7 funded projects. This is the main screen that we see, and the information that we have. You see, we also saw yesterday in the walkthrough and also in the presentation of Andrea, the information on the signed grants, the number of signed grants, but also the contribution from the European Union, the participation per project. We have contribution by pillar, thematic priority. We have the signed grants per signature year. And of course, we have the top funded projects, top topics, EU contribution by type of action. And in the next sheet where we can see participations, we have all the information about the participants, the top participants, their participation throughout the year, the type of organizations we have, and this kind of information. Relative information we can also find in the H2020 proposals. As we said, we don't have separate data sheet on FP7 proposals, but we do have the new data sheet on RNI proposals, where we have more concrete information both for FP7 and Horizon 2020 proposals. So here we can see the top applying countries, eligible and retained proposals by thematic priority, the requested EU contribution by type of organization. And of course, the main information that we get from this data sheet is the eligible proposals, the applications, the requested EU contribution, but also we find the retained proposals and the success rate in each thematic priority. Moving forward, another important data sheet that we saw yesterday are the country profiles. We have key performance indicators and detailed figures per country or region. So we have the possibility to have to filter our map on the different regional levels. We can compare with other countries. We have rankings compared to other countries. We have an overview by program parts. So here we can also filter by thematic priority to see the participation of a country in a specific thematic priority. We can see the participation of SMEs from a specific country in different parts of the program in general, but also in the specific SME dedicated tools as the EIC pilot and the SME instrument. We also have a sheet with collaboration with other countries where we can see the strong or weak links between collaboration between the country of our interest and another country that we would choose, or a group, a country group, as member states is, or associated or third countries are. Finally, we have a sheet with indicators on the R&D landscape where we can see what is the contribution of the country on R&D, what is the R&D intensity, and what is the contribution to R&I in general. Also, we have organization profiles, another important data sheet where we can see the performance of an organization, both in Horizon 2020 and in FP7 in different thematic priorities. We can see the EU contribution, the participations, the signed grants. We can also filter and see the organization, the participation of the organization as a coordinator or as a participant. Additionally, we have another data sheet on intellectual property rights and publications that have been generated throughout FP7 and H2020 projects. This is the main screen that we see in this data sheet. So we have one sheet for the IPR and one sheet on the scientific applications. We can see the progress also for the two programs in the different years. So we can see an annual progress. we can see the number of IPR applications, also the number of scientific publications. We can filter with a different IPR or publication type. We can also filter with a thematic priority within the framework program, and we can see the number of projects where these either scientific publications or IPR applications have been generated. There is also finally some specific indicators where we see different parts of the program. We see here the data that we can extract for the participation in H2020 EIC pilot. I mentioned yesterday as well, when we were going through the different databases, that in EIC pilot, we have the different calls that are being included. It's the FET Open, the FET Proactive, the SME Instrument, Phase 1 and Phase 2, the Fast Track to Innovation, and of course, the specific actions within EIC Pilot, the Pathfinder, and the Accelerator. So you can see the different kind of information that we can extract from this data sheet. We can filter by EIC scheme, by thematic priority, by different call IDs, by different type of actions, topic codes, and research subjects. And you can see what is the images that we get, the signed grants, the net EU contribution, and the total cost of the project. Another new aspect in the dashboard is the international cooperation. Here, as we also said yesterday, we can click on different countries and then see the INCO flagged topics where this country has participated. We can see the actual participations, the EU contribution, and the total cost. As you can see on the top right, we have different country groups, and we can filter depending on the country group that we want to see the performance in. Finally, we have some cross-cutting indicators. We also saw that yesterday. We have two sets of cross-cutting indicators dealing with different issues, dealing with gender. As we saw, we can find information about women participating in projects or coordinators that are women, or EU contribution to different cross-cutting priorities such as climate mitigation or sustainability or biodiversity, or projects with societal engagement activities. So from my side, this is the end of my presentation. As you see, it was quite short. I wanted to go over the main aspects of Horizon Dashboard, and now we can go over to the two specific presentations on how the dashboard can help the work of national contact points. So the first presentation, my colleague, Ms. Maria Samara, will present on the performance statistics that we can extract from Horizon Dashboard and how this can help national contact point everyday work. So Maria, thank you. The floor is.
Thank you, Katerina. Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Samara. I'm a national contact point for Horizon Europe. So to begin with, I would like to invite everyone to submit your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings on the following question. Why do you think that monitoring of country performance in Horizon programs is an important element of your work as national contact points? For submitting your thoughts, you can visit Slido and use the code /40089. So I hope that this is possible by everyone. So let's have 3 minutes for you to manage and submit your thoughts and your ideas on why country monitoring of country performance and performance statistics generally is very important for the NCP work. So you can, I shared the link, the Slido link here in the chat room, and the code, you can access the Slido link directly by clicking on it, or you can go to slido.com and use the code 40089. So I can see 13 responses up to now. Checking performance, efficiency, monitoring progress, responding to clients, informing ministries, advice, providing advice, strengthening participation. Very good. Comparison and monitoring. So these are the most important. Motivation for progress, aligning with risk strategy. Very interesting. So thank you everyone for participating in this short poll and for stating your thoughts and your ideas on why monitoring of country performance is important for national contact points. You were all you answered very correctly. We are national contact points. Our activities are based on the minimum standards of guiding principles, and these are actually the following: informing, awareness raising, assisting, advising, and training, and signposting and cooperation. So all these include promotion of calls, so monitoring of participation in calls is important for us. Assisting, advising, and training is related to networking and assisting in consortium building. So tools like dashboard and monitoring of country performance is important for achieving, for assisting in partner search and consortium building activities. And finally, signposting and cooperation includes exchange of information with national stakeholders and the European Commission. So this is also part of our job, and monitoring of country performance and performance statistics are important for us to use so that to perform our work effectively. So knowledge of indicators of Horizon programs and statistics for monitoring performance in Horizon programs is an important element of our work. In close cooperation with experts from the European Commission and national authorities, national contact points should have knowledge on the performance monitoring of Horizon programs, both at European and national level. So our activities as national contact points have an indirect impact on national and European objectives, as these are included in European and national agendas. Performance statistics are important for the NCP to plan information and consultation activities targeted at applicants at national and regional level, to plan and promote public stakeholder consultation meetings with stakeholders at national and regional level, and provide recommendations on future priorities of national and EU research programs. And all these activities I should definitely state that should be performed in collaboration with the national program committee members. According to the NCP experience report on performance monitoring of Horizon 2020, based on a meet and exchange workshop that was realized by the NCP Academy in Vienna. According to this workshop, there was a report, performance monitoring of Horizon 2020, and there were some useful statements on this report, such as the ones that I highlight in the presentation. One of these was that decision takers at universities need participation data to build their long-term strategy. They should be empowered to analyze the data by themselves. So this is good to know for us as national contact points. So exchange of good practice among experts and knowledge, and this knowledge and collaboration with experts is important at national level, and also is important for providing insight into good performing areas of Horizon, and for tackling challenges for the European Commission issues and planning of activities for addressing challenges at national and European level. So as you all know, the European Innovation Scorecard, this is a report based on the ranking of EU countries, and these are divided in performance groups. We have countries which are innovation leaders, strong innovators, countries with moderate innovation, and emerging innovation. So this year's scorecard is based on a revised framework with new indicators, including digitalization and environmental sustainability. This report is aligned with EU policy priorities, and this is a report we have to take into account when starting. We have to read when starting calculating, preparing our performance statistics. So according to this report, there is a convergence between EU regions, with low-performing countries growing faster than high-performing countries. So this innovation gap is closed. And we should also mention that performance groups tend to be geographically concentrated. Countries with good innovation are located in Northern and Western Europe. Countries with medium innovation performance, emerging innovation, are located in Southern and Eastern Europe. So when starting preparation of performance statistics, it is good to consult different sources of information, such as the European and regional innovation scorecard. In parallel, it's good to consult some documents, reports from the European Commissions based on consultation with external expert groups, or evaluation studies, or results of evaluation of previous framework programs. This is also another useful report, Smart Specialization Strategy, and to be used for the regional analysis. Other sources of information and for having complementary data is eCorda. eCorda is a database which is accessible by program committee members and national delegates, not national contact points, but sometimes national contact points have a role of a national delegate. So this is why I mentioned here that eCorda is also a complementary source of information for having data on the number of participations in proposals by type of organization, or participations in projects by type of participant, budget, and requested as a contribution by per project. Eurostat provides also data for population size, GDP, for government spending and research innovation, and regional statistics and research intensity. So Eurostat is a useful source of information for us to consult before starting preparation of performance statistics. So going back now to dashboard, we mentioned already that in dashboard we can find information about the country profile, including information about signed contracts, participation, EU contribution by type of organization, by region, as well as top performing countries. So these are some key figures that are related to a country profile available in Horizon Dashboard. By selecting the country we're interested in, we can find information about participation in programs, SME performance, collaboration with other countries, information about the R&D landscape. So all this information can be used for preparing our performance statistics. So this is a diagram. First of all, in the tab country collaboration, I should say that we can find information about collaborating countries in different programs, which is actually connected to the networking activity of organizations in a country participating in different programs. So this information can be exported as a diagram by the Horizon dashboard, but is also available in Excel and other format, and can be used and further analyzed for calculation of different indicators. Before starting our analysis and preparation of a report based on including performance statistics, we should also familiarize ourselves with the glossary available in dashboard. This glossary can be used also as a reference when describing the methodology in our report with performance statistics. The glossary includes analysis of specific terms such as eligible and retained proposals, type of actions, and country groups. The report, we have to bear in mind when preparing our report that it is addressed in different target groups. So it is good to include analysis of these key terms that we will use in the report. And it's good to analyze the methodology that we will follow. If the report, including performance statistics, will be available, publicly available, as is the case of the reports that we prepare here at the PRAXI Network, and these are available in our website horizoneurope.gr, then in that case, when reports are publicly available, we should try to present and we try to present the information as simply as possible, bearing in mind that there are newcomers reading these reports. And so analysis of the methodology that we use and presentation of the performance statistics is presented clearly and analytically, so that this is understood. This analysis is understood by both newcomers and experienced organizations. So here we have an example, a suggested example of the possible structure of a report with performance statistics. In the introduction, we should refer to the thematic areas, the thematic priorities, keywords of the program, and the goals for which we are doing the analysis. We can include summary of main findings of our analysis, sources of data that we used. It can be only dashboard or dashboard with other sources of data, as we mentioned before, such as Ecorda or Eurostat. We should definitely say what's the publication year. We should mention the publication and the year and the reference period of our analysis, as well as the contact details of the national contact point that can provide further information of what is presented in the report. After the introductory part of the report, we can include a graphical representation of the country performance with different diagrams and tables. Always remember to use the reference period and the source of data under each figure and under each table. The selection of the correct diagram is also important. In case of comparative analysis, you can use a bar chart. In case of someone wants to show the percentage of basic contribution per type of organization, then a pie chart is suggested. Or in case of a rate of participation over time, it's better to use a diagram that shows the growth rate over time. So these are some key figures that some performance statistics that you can include in the country performance report based on the dashboard available data. So these figures can be numbers of proposals submitted, participations in proposals submitted, number of funded projects, number of participations and or coordination of projects in funded projects, including also an analysis of type of organization, type of action, evolution over time, and regional analysis. Requested DC contribution in funded projects is very important information. And a success rate also, success rate in terms of participation, in terms of coordination of projects and funding of projects. We can have special reports, if I can use this term, special reports on specific programs such as Marie Skłodowska Reactions, ERC fellowships, and EIC. And these reports can include a bit of further analysis on the mobility and career development, for example, of MSCA fellows or ERC fellows, or an analysis of mobility towards widening countries, as this is an issue, a very important issue in Horizon Europe. And also gender analysis. A gender analysis based also on the She Figures report, which is the official report of the European Commission, including information on gender participation in per scientific area, per thematic area. So a reference to She Figures report and then inclusion of data from She Figures report can also be an option. Data and information statistics on the number of projects with seal of excellence in EAC and ERC programs can be also included in case of special reports for the EAC or ERC program, and a gender analysis here as well is advisable. Finally, in the end of the report, it is important to to analyze a little bit the methodology that was followed for collecting and analyzing the data, having a definition of indicators that were used based on the glossary of a dashboard or other sources of data, and also reference period is quite important. Cross-cutting issues, we can see that gender and widening and SME participation, international collaboration, all of these are cross-cutting issues, so we can have performance statistics based on these aspects as well. Here you can see some examples of comparative analysis of country performance based on the participation, coordination in proposals, and requested basic contribution in projects. These diagrams can also be included in a report or in the website of National Contact Point or a web page of the National Contact Point. This is the case. This is the case also in Horizon Europe website, including information about the Horizon Europe program in Greece. So other example of comparative analysis of country performance is the diagram here showing the success rate in terms of participation, coordination in projects, and requested basic contribution. So that's all from my side. Thank you, everyone. I'm colleagues Katerina and Vassiliki are at your disposal for any question as regards performance statistics.
Thank you very much, Maria, for this presentation. I think we can go forward with the presentation on the partner search and funding of funded topics. And if there are any questions, we can take them after this session. So thank you very much, Maria. So moving forward, I'm going to present to you briefly how the Horizon dashboard can help national contact points in supporting in partner searches and different topics that have been funded. So as national contact points, we do have different channels for partner searches. The main channel is the Funding and Tender Opportunities portal, where we do have the button under each topic where we can find partners that are looking for consortia or consortia that are looking for specific expertise. Of course, we have the NCP networks. Several NCP networks have the partner search tool in their website, or they're using other ways to promote partner searches between the different thematic national contact points. Of course, there are the brokerage events that are organized each year, usually from the European Commission, in order to present an upcoming call. So usually these events are combined with a brokerage event where bilateral meetings take place between coordinators and participants in order to form consortia. There is the Enterprise Europe Network, which is the largest support network of SMEs in Europe, where there is a specific partner search tool on research collaboration, where partners upload their partner searches for projects in H2020 and also now in Horizon Europe. And finally, we also have CORDIS, the database of the European Commission, where all the research, the EU research results are being published. There we can find we can find projects, open projects, running projects, or closed projects, and we can see partners in projects from there. However, these different channels might present limitations. So there is also the channel of Horizon Dashboard platform that can help us in looking for partners for our clients and our applicants. So we can look for partners in different data sheets. The information that is not different from the data sheets, but you can consider it as different pathways to look for partners. We can find partners from the H2020 funded projects in the implementation figures. We can find partners from the organization profiles datasheet and from the country profiles datasheet. So going into the first datasheet, the H2020 funded projects, first of all, we are interested in looking for coordinators, taking into consideration that the coordinator of a past project might be preparing a proposal for an upcoming project. We can filter, we can make our search very specific as we'd like, in order to make our list with organizations shorter or longer. If we're looking for coordinators, we will look for the partner role and we will check the coordinator role. We can search by thematic priority, as we also saw yesterday. And we can look for specific type of organization if we're looking for a research organization or a university or a private for-profit organization. And we can also limit our search by putting another keyword within the thematic priority. As we saw yesterday, we have 7 different levels of keywords. So you can see here, I have chosen the keyword of aquaculture in the thematic priority of societal challenge 2, and we're looking for research organizations. So you can see that we have 3 unique participants that were coordinating projects in the aquaculture thematic priority, and you can see which they are here. On the right side, you can see, because the print screen was not able to fit in my slide, but you can see that you can click on the organization profile and there contact the organization. The filters on top, as we said yesterday as well, you cannot see it now. If they are not in the different filters provided in the first sheet, we can look them up in the selections tab. We click on the selections tab and then we can look for the partner role, thematic priority, keyword, or type of organization, which might not be present here. So going into the next page, the raw data sheet, these are the projects that research organizations have coordinated. You can see the projects. You can click on the projects. It will direct you to the CORDIS database, and there you can see if there is a connection with the type of the project, and if it suits you, then you can follow up and get in touch with a coordinator. When we're looking for specific partners, as you know, we might be looking for a partner from a specific country, or we are looking for a specific type of organization in our thematic priority that interests us. We can even be much more specific when we want, for example, something, a thematic specific topic, such as water, for example, within the thematic priority of climate action. So here you can see we are looking for for-profit organization from Spain in the thematic area of climate action. And we want to be more specific because we are looking for water management, water smart cities, and such specific searches. So here you can see we have 8 unique participants from Spain that are for-profit organizations, and you can see them here. You can see which are the top participants. And here, when you open the tab, you can see all the full information, and of course, going to the organization profile and contact the participant. Another way, as I told you, is going through the organization profiles, which come from a specific data sheet, which is called the organization profile. Again, when we're looking for coordinators, we can use the different filters that we have in the specific data sheet in order to look for coordinators. So, sorry. We can see the rolling project on the right, so we can click on the coordinator. We can find from the selection tab the H2020 keyword and also the organization type. We want to limit our search to higher or secondary education institutes, so universities. We want coordinators, and we want them in the thematic area of bioeconomy. When we insert these filters, then on the right side, you will see that we will have 3 grants and 3 participants. And these are the 3 participants that you see here with the white shade. When we click on one of the participants, so here in this case is the University of York, if we click on this name here, then we will have the specific information about this participant, the University of York, but be careful because the information that we get on this participant is for these specific filters. So we're not seeing here the performance of University of York, but we see its role as coordinator in the field of bioeconomy. So we only have 1 participation in this specific project. We can also see on the right the collaborations between the University of York and other organizations. And also on the left, we said also yesterday that we can have the breakdown on department level of an organization, which is very important, especially when we're talking about a university which can have many departments. Here we can see which specific department is involved in the project, and thus our contact search can be much more specific. Also, when we're looking for specific expertise, so not specifically coordinators, but we're looking for a specific expertise, we can narrow down our search. We are looking in this specific example, a private for-profit organization from Austria in the field of biofuels. As you can see, the Horizon 2020 keyword is very specific. The breakdown is very good. So in the previous search, we had bioeconomy. Now we have even more detailed keyword, which is the biofuels. And we can see that we have 2 participants And which are these two participants? You can see them when you click on the organization legal name on the top right. Finally, we have the choice of the country profile, where we can look for partners from the country profile, the different data sheet that we saw. We introduce here filters, the type of organization, the country, the thematic priority. So we are looking for organizations for universities from Austria in the thematic priority of health. And we can see the top organizations here. And of course, we can go through them. We can see, when clicking on them, we can see the specific data for their participation. And of course, in the next sheet, when we go into more detail, we can get in touch with this organization, or of course, look, we can search this organization in to see the contact details in Cordis or in the funding and tender opportunities portal. Finally, the second part of my presentation is regarding topics, projects, and results in Horizon dashboard. And why do we need this information as national contact points? First of all, we might need it to see how funding is progressing in a specific topic. Also in cross-country information, but also for our own country to report it to a specific ministry, for example. We are looking for topics, for projects, for already funded projects, to see if an idea, a project idea of our client has already been funded, which we know that it will be a problem in the excellence criterion if such a similar project has already been funded by European programs. Finally, of course, you know very well that maybe in a topic text, the European Commission asks that the proposal, the project, the funded project will network with other projects that have been funded in a specific call or in a specific topic ID that are either finished projects or running projects. When we're looking for such information, Horizon Dashboard can help us. The main information we extract from the tab Horizon 2020 funded projects. How do we see the progress of funding for a thematic priority call? We can choose the thematic priority. For example, here we have chosen the food security is the societal challenge 2. And we can check a specific call ID. As you know, we have specific call IDs in the different parts of our thematic priorities. In Societal Challenge 2, there was the call of sustainable food security, the SFS. So here I have clicked on all the call IDs that contain the ID SFS in order to see how the funding has been progressing in the specific call within Horizon 2020. And here you can see the different specific thematic priorities within the SFS call and how the funding is going throughout the program. And you can see it here, the different projects that have been funded within a specific topic. So here we can see which were the most popular topics within a specific call. How we can find similar projects in order to avoid already funded ideas. Here again, we introduce filters. So for this example, we have introduced the filter of thematic priority climate action and the keyword H2020 keyword. We have two keywords here, air quality and atmospheric pollution. We can see that there are two signed grants in H2020 in the year 2016 and 2021. You can see the project acronyms, and of course you can go into Cordis and see the description of the two projects and whether it is close to the idea, the project idea of your client. Finally, how we find specific projects for collaboration. Usually in the topic text, we will have very specific guidelines from the Commission in order to identify the specific project. So usually the European Commission writes in the topic text that networking activities should take place for the projects that have been funded under this specific topic code. So here, under the thematic priority of climate action, I have chosen the LC Low Carbon Climate Action 11 of 2020 and 14 of 2020, these specific two topics, in order to find the signed grants, in order to contact them and organize and plan collaboration activities within our project. Here, the dashboard gives us another, after our analysis, to include the partner role, so we can see which were the coordinators of these 6 projects, in order for us to be able to contact them and limit our search, in order not to contact all the participants, but to contact the actual coordinators. Of course, we can do this going through Cordis and inserting the name of the project and going through contacting the coordinator through there. So was the presentation from my side on how the dashboard can help us in partner searches and in looking for topics that have already been funded for different reasons, for different purposes in each case. I would like to take some questions, if there are any, before we start our quiz session, which will be also the last part of our training today. So I don't know if there is anyone who has a specific question. There is nothing in the chat, but you can either write it now in the chat or open your mic and make the question. Okay, so since there are no more questions, I would like to ask you to join us in this short quiz. My colleague Vassiliki Kalodimou will guide you through the Menti tool in order to go through our quiz. I just want you to know that you will need to go into the dashboard in order to get the answers in the questions from the quiz. So the link is already in the chat. And just for very short, very small help, you will need the data sheet of H2020 funded projects in the implementation figures. This is the only data sheet that we will use today for the quiz. So please go into Menti, and I give the floor to Vassiliki to explain to you the process. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow colleagues. Thank you, Katerina, for the introduction. I'm also an NCP for Horizon Europe. I'm very happy to join this training, and I must confess also I'm a big fan of Dashboard. So today we have a quiz for you so that you have the chance to solidify yesterday's learning experience. We've got 5 questions for you. In order to be able to participate and answer to these 5 questions that we've got for you, as Katerina said, you have to access the dashboard page and also join the menti.com and use the code 71456350 in order to get to the room that we have reserved for you. When you are asked, please state your name as well. We give you 1 or 2 minutes in order to open the dashboard as well as to join the Menti. Okay, we shall wait a few seconds more until everybody is able to join. Just to brief you on the process, you will have, I will read the question, you will see it in the Menti. You'll have 3 minutes to find the right answer by using the right filters of the Horizon 2020 sheet, and then at the 5 seconds before countdown, Katerina will ring some countdown bells so you know that the time is running up. Yeah, exactly. And we will see what the right answer is, and then I will give the floor to Katerina to guide you through the dashboard to show you how she has come up with the answer. So I don't see anybody else joining. Shall we wait a few seconds, Katerina? Okay, great. Okay. So I'm not supposed to say this, but okay, I will say we have a special prize for the winner. Okay. Okay. So should we start? Well, okay, we've got also some late participants joining in. Okay. Just a few seconds more and the questions will start. Okay, so how many grants were signed in Horizon 2020 during the year 2019? You've got 3 minutes. The answer is not that obvious, but I'm sure you can work it out. But remember what Katerina showed you yesterday during the e-walk? We've got barely 2 minutes. Okay, we've got 15 responses. $17. Let's do this. Well, we've got 19 responses. Well, less than 50 seconds. Well, that was easy. That was easy. That was easy. In a while, we will hear the countdown bells. Yep. Okay, well, the right answer is 5,181. Well done. So I stop presenting so that Katerina can show you how this is figured out.
So, of course, the majority of you found the right response. We are in the sheet of H2020 projects, and we are the second sheet, so not the summary, but H2020 projects. Here, we click on 2019, which is the signature year that is relevant for our question. We can either do it from this chart here or from the filter on the filter tab above. So we can do either way. Having chosen that, it is included in our filter tab above. So you can see we have 5,581 signed grants for the year of 2019.
Thank you, Katerina. Going back to the Menti, second burning question. Which thematic priority attracted funding in the year 2017? The answer might be obvious, but you have to work it out through the dashboard. We've got 8 responses so far and a little bit more than 2 minutes. We've got 10 responses and almost 1 minute and a half. "14 responses, come on guys, come on. It's not that hard, just remember Katerina, what she showed you during the e-walk. Okay, we've got 17 responses in less than a minute. In a while, we will hear the countdown bells. Okay, we've got 20 responses and we are 20 seconds before our time is up. Countdown bells, please. Exactly. The European Research Council. Yeah, it was obvious. So I stop share and give the floor to Katerina to show you how this is figured out.
So we are again at the same data sheet. We are in H2020 projects in the second sheet after the summary. And as a signature year, we want to choose now 2017. The answer is pretty clear. We see the EU contribution by thematic priority, and you see that the European Research Council has received the largest EU contribution compared to the other thematic priorities. So the correct answer was the ERC.
Thank you, Katerina. Now, moving on with the third question. So, what type of action was the most popular in Germany in 2018 in terms of EU funding attracted? Again, the answer might be obvious. This training, you have to find out through the dashboard. Well, we already have a first response. The first response. Well, I can see that slowly the numbers have started picking up. Don't be shy. We've got less than 2 minutes. Still, you have time to concentrate and think it over. We need more 13 responses. I'm optimistic that we will have them within 1 minute and 30 seconds. May I remind you that the winner will have a very special reward. Eight responses, we need 12 more. 10. 8 more responses to go. Less than 40 seconds. We still need 6 more responses. We've got 10 seconds. Can we have the countdown bells, please? 16 responses. Come on, guys. Time's up. Well, yeah, it's research and innovation action. Well done. So stop share and give the floor to Katerina for the solution to the dashboard.
So in order to see which was the most popular type of action in terms of EU funding contribution, we are still in the same page, H2020 projects, and we want to choose Germany. We first choose 2018, which is easy from here. Then we go to the next sheet in order to find Germany, where we have the information on participations. So H2020 participations. And we can choose Germany from here. And going back to the previous sheet, we can see very clearly that research and innovation actions received the highest EU contribution compared to the rest types of action. So the correct answer was research and innovation actions.
Thanks, Katerina. Now, moving on to the fourth question. Again, in the same logic. Which French organization received more funding in Horizon 2020? Again, that might be a pretty obvious answer, but you have to experiment. You have to play a bit with the dashboard. So we already have the first response, the second, the third. Well, that's easy, obviously. May I remind you of the great prize that we are offering to the winner, which stems directly from the Greek tradition. Less than 2 minutes, 11 responses. We're looking after 9 more. Wow, 13 responses. $15 and 1 minute and 20 seconds. Come on, guys. $19. One more. Actually, this way to track participations or funding received by organization is a good insight for your clients when you are when you're assisting them and you want to do some desktop research beforehand. So less than 12 seconds. Some countdown bells, please. Oh, 21 responses. Wow. Yep, thumbs up. Obviously the CNRS, but Katerina, please show us how it's done.
So we are again in the datasheet of H2020 projects, but now we are in the third sheet of H2020 participations, where we can see also countries and top participants. So now we can zoom in our interactive map and click on France. You see that France now is up in our bar, and very soon you will see that the National Center for Scientific Research, CNRS, is the first, the key player regarding EU contribution, but also you can see in terms of participations.
Thank you. So, resuming our Menti, we are up for the last question. So, what happened? Okay, okay, sorry, I think I pressed the end button, sorry for this. And we've got Sophie, she's the winner. So let me, well, congratulations, Sophie, but let me show you what's the prize. It is a great prize, right out from the Greek tradition. So, well, you have won organically grown Greek herbs. Please, you may send your address to Katerina through email, so we can send it over to you. We are very pleased. So as you saw, okay, this tool, this dashboard is a medium, is a tool for insight, for client insight, and also for communication with and information for policy officer. So thank you for participating to this quiz, and I give the floor now to Elena, and sorry for skipping the last question.
Thank you very much, Vassiliki. Congratulations to Sophie, and we will get in touch with you to get your office address, where we will send you the herbal tea. So this is the end of the quiz, and also the end of the main part of our training on Horizon Dashboard platform. I hope it has been useful for you, and it will be useful in your everyday work as a national contact point. Of course, as we said from the beginning, we need to practice to give some hours to the tool in order to search all the different aspects that are available there. Our colleagues from the European Commission are working hard to update the data and create new databases for the dashboard. We are waiting for the data on Horizon Europe that has started this year. Of course, you can always get in touch with the team of that is working on the dashboard, but also you can get in touch with us if you have specific questions. We do have some time now because we finished a bit earlier. We do have time to take any questions that you might have, or any inquiries that you want to discuss. And also I want to inform you all that all the information of the training of today and yesterday, the presentations of all the speakers, as well as the recordings from yesterday and today, will be uploaded today or tomorrow on the event page in the Bridge to Horizon website. So you will all have access to all the material of the training. So we will wait here for a bit to answer your questions, if there are any.
Just for the sake of the example, we can show you the omitted question, okay? And then Katerina can show you the answer. So, because it is still interesting. Okay. So it was following. How many Italian unique organizations participated in 2018 in Horizon 2020? This is a very interesting aspect to gain insight on the dashboard. So, Katerina.
Thank you, Vassiliki. Just for this example, let me go again in the dashboard. So this might be a bit tricky. There is a specific wording in there where we say unique participants, Italian participants, but the key phrase here is the unique participants. Just a moment until it loads. Okay. So we're looking for Italy. Are we looking for a specific year? Sorry. Vassiliki? Are we looking for a specific year, or is it?
Sorry. Let me check. It was in 2018.
Okay. So 2018. So I wanted to show you this example because we have 3 different numbers and we need to be careful. So we have the signed grants, which are 1,087. So these are the projects, but going to the participations, we can see that we have 2,308 participations within the projects. And in these participations, we had 1,030 unique participants. If this is important, we see a difference between the participations and participants. When we see this difference, that means, as we said yesterday as well, that each participant has participated more than once in a project. Not each participant, but we can have this in different cases. We can see it from here, from the top participants table. You can see the participations of each unique participant. So the first participant actually participated in 117 different projects. And this is why we have much more participations than unique participants. And this is the last example. There is a question in the chat. It says there are many filters and it can easily happen that one makes mistakes. The recommendation based on your experience when writing yours to ensure that your figures are correct. So let me first say that it is important to have a specific extraction date when we're extracting data, because each month the data are being updated so we can have more signed grants. So the data from one month to the other might change, and that is not because we are making a mistake, but it's because we have more signatures of projects, or we have a closing of a call and then the data on the proposals is updated and we have more proposals, for example. Otherwise, for me, when I want to see that the figures I'm using are correct, I usually do it through different roads. So when I'm looking for participations of a country in a thematic priority, I might use 2 or 3 different sheets and different pathways in order to ensure that the actual number that I get is correct and that I haven't myself made a mistake. You will see that by exercising and practicing on the dashboard, it will be rare that you will make a mistake. But when you use different sheets for one specific inquiry, then you ensure that you have the same number, because you reach the same number using 3 different pathways. And I hope I answered your question. You're welcome. Okay, I don't see any other questions. Of course, as we said, you can contact us with any specific inquiries. We hope that this information has been interesting for you. And I want to thank my colleagues and also all of you that participated in today's and yesterday's training. Have a great evening, and thank you all for your attention. Bye-bye.